Hello again, and welcome back to Granny Dorothy Visits. Today's topic is releasing what doesn't matter. And the first reading, as usual, from Wayne Dyer's Everyday Wisdom. Anything that immobilizes you, gets in your way, or keeps you from your goals is all yours. You can throw it away anytime you choose. And from Julia Cameron's Blessings. The quote at the top of the page is from Rumi. You are the comfort of my soul in the season of sorrow. You are the wealth of my spirit in the heartbreak of loss. And this is entitled, I am held in compassionate arms. The universe is tender toward my heart. I count this a great blessing, and I trust it. Frightened, threatened, or overwhelmed, I place my emotional safety in the hands of a loving universe. I ask for protection, wisdom, and discernment. Knowing that I am cared for and protected, I am alert for support and security coming to me from many directions. I find supportive people, comforting events, unexpected and gracious encounters. The world is not a hostile place. I am aided and safe. The world is my home. I am aided, safe, and protected. And the last reading today, I want to read from a new book that I just finished reading. Wonderful book. And it's called The Well-Lived Life, 102-year-old Doctor's 6 Secrets to Health and Happiness at Every Age. She's amazing. Dr. Gladys McGarry. I'm just going to read 2 pages from it. And it's called Releasing What Doesn't Matter. Throughout our lives, many of us struggle with feeling stuck on an idea or an experience. When truly challenging events arrive, they deserve processing, and it often feels as though our entire being is dedicated itself to getting through something. Yet sometimes we seem to get stuck in this process. Sometimes we can't manage to move on. There's a fine line between moving on and flat-out denial. But I believe we all know what the difference feels like. Most of us know when a process has been obstructed. This is when we ruminate, considering the same thought over and over again, or almost torturing ourselves with a memory we can't seem to release. It's when something we loved, such as a relationship, career path, or project, comes to an end, and we find ourselves lamenting what we no longer have, instead of building things anew. When this happens, we sometimes need a quick release. We need to look at what is no longer serving us and simply let it go. Most of us also know what it feels like to come up against something that isn't going to serve us at all. Being open to life sometimes means turning away from things that aren't good for us. We can say a kind but firm, no, thank you, and just keep going on with our lives. My mother had a profound understanding of this principle. My sister Margaret and I were already old ladies when we looked at each other one day and noticed we both make a funny hand gesture when we speak. We raise our hand gently in front of us, fingers held loosely and palm up, and then we swoop it down and back as though we're releasing flower petals into flowing water beneath us. What in the world is going on with that, we wondered. Who started that trend? Then we both remembered. Mama did it. she'd make that gesture and say, Kuch parwane. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hindustani for it doesn't matter. That was how our mother taught us to let things go. For her, it was a natural movement. It was what enabled her to live through immense challenges without letting them in too deeply. She just released what wasn't working, refocused on what was important to her, and moved on. My mother was never gruff or callous. She was deeply compassionate. Yet she also had important work to do in this world, and Kuch Parwane enabled her to continue to do it. Throughout my life, I've found this to be a useful practice. I've done it for years, long before Margaret and I even realized what it was. I would recognize something that didn't serve me and drop my hand open, my fingers in a fluid motion to signify its release. Now that the gesture has become conscious, I realize that there's great empowerment in knowing that whenever I notice something coming toward me, I can choose whether to take it in. And if it's something I don't want, I consciously give the energy back to wherever it came from. I don't hold it tight and static in my hand. I recognize that the universe is moving, and I release it back like flowers in the water. It seems that I'm never short of opportunities to practice Kuch Parwane. I also like to use it when I come up against emotions that I need to feel and transform. It's particularly effective when dealing with regret. I've regretted plenty of decisions in my life, which means I've had plenty of opportunities to learn how to forgive myself. I've regretted things I've said, people I've hurt, and choices I've made. I've also regretted opinions I've held, but I refuse to hold on to my regret. Over the course of a century, my knowledge has grown significantly, just as I hope yours has and will continue to do during your lifetime. My opinions have evolved too. This is a natural part of being alive. It's a wonderful book. You should get it because she's got so many. Well, she's lived over 100 years. She's learned a lot. She's an amazing woman. But I just thought that that's really good for all of us, because if we hold on to regrets or bitter feelings or negative things, it makes us sick, and it's not healthy, and it certainly doesn't keep us happy or full of love. And I want you to have full of love. And I send you my love. Until next Monday, bye for now.